God sent judges over Israel, one great woman, 14 men. They helped Israel fight their battles, led them back to God from sin. Othniel, Ehud, Shamgar, Deborah, Gideon, Abimelech, Tola, Jer, Jephthah, Ibzan, Elon, Abdon, Samson, Eli, Samuel.
Samson was a judge in Israel. Samson's story begins a long time ago in the land of Israel. The city of Zorah, where his parents lived, was close to a region ruled by the fierce sea warriors known as the Philistines. For 40 years, the Israelites had not obeyed God and been bullied and harassed by the Philistines as a result. One day, the angel of the Lord appeared to the wife of a man called Manoah, who was from the tribe of Dan. The angel said, "Even though you have no children, you will soon conceive and have a son. Don't drink any wine or beer and don't eat any food that is against the Jewish law. Your son's hair must never be cut, for he shall be a Nazirite, a special servant of God from the time of his birth. He will begin to rescue Israel from the Philistines." Just as the angel promised, she had a baby boy, and they named him Samson. The Lord blessed him as he grew up. They followed God's instructions and never cut his hair. One day, Samson went down to the Philistine town of Timnah. He noticed a young and attractive Philistine woman. He went back home and told his father and mother, "There is a Philistine woman down at Timnah who caught my attention. Get her for me as my bride. I want to marry her." His father and mother protested, "Why do you have to go to those heathen Philistines to get a wife? Can't you find someone in our own clan, among all our people?" But Samson told his father, "She is the one I want to marry." So Samson went down to Timnah with his father and mother. As he was going through the vineyards there, he heard a young lion roaring. Suddenly, the power of the Lord made Samson very strong. He tore the lion apart with his bare hands as if it were a young goat, but he did not tell his parents what he had done. Then he went on and talked to the young woman, and he liked her. A few days later, Samson went back to marry her. On the way, he left the road to look at the lion he had killed, and he was surprised to find a swarm of bees and some honey inside the dead body. He scraped the honey out into his hands and ate it as he walked along. Then he went to his father and mother and gave them some. They ate it, but Samson did not tell them that he had taken the honey from the dead body of a lion. His father went to the woman's house, and Samson gave a banquet there. As was the custom, the Philistines sent 30 young men to stay with him. Samson said to them, "Let me tell you a riddle. I'll bet each one of you a piece of fine linen and a change of fine clothes that you can't tell me its meaning before the 7 days of the wedding feast are over." "Tell us your riddle," they said. "Let's hear it." Samson replied, "Out of the eater came something to eat. Out of the strong came something sweet." 3 days later, they had still not figured out what the riddle meant. On the 4th day, they said to Samson's wife, "Trick your husband into telling us what the riddle means. If you don't, we'll set fire to your father's house and burn you with it." So Samson's wife went to him in tears and said, "You don't love me. You just hate me. You told my friends a riddle and didn't tell me what it means." On the 7th day, Samson gave in and told her. She immediately told the Philistines, and the 30 men of the city went to Samson with the answer to his riddle. "What could be sweeter than honey? What could be stronger than a lion?" they said gleefully. Samson was furious. After that, Samson went back home, still angry about what had happened. His wife was given to the man who had been his best man at the wedding.
Hi, everybody. We're going to make a special thing today to remember Samson and his riddle about the honey inside the lion. So we're going to make some biscuits that you can put honey in and eat them. So here we go. So you're going to need a few ingredients. So you need some flour, salt, baking powder, and some Greek yogurt. And you'll need a bowl and something to stir with, spatula maybe, spoon maybe, and definitely some measuring spoons and a measuring cup. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is measure out the flour. We need 1 cup of flour. So here's my 1 cup measure. I'm going to fill my cup with flour. All right. We got 1 cup of flour in the bowl. Now I'm going to add a teaspoon. It's a teaspoon. You don't want the big one, that's the tablespoon. You want the next size, which is a teaspoon. A teaspoon of baking powder. So put that in with the flour. Now I'm going to add a half a teaspoon of salt. So this one says a half a teaspoon. And I'm going to pour a half a teaspoon of salt in there. All right. Now I'm going to mix up the dry ingredients like that. Now I'm going to add in 1 cup of Greek yogurt. So I'm going to stir that in with the flour. Now your dough may be a little sticky. If it's too sticky, you can just add more flour to it. And I want to make a lion out of it, a biscuit lion. So here's my pan that I'm going to bake it in. I could roll it out and use a cookie cutter, but I think I'll just shape it on the pan. So there's my lion's head, my lion's body. I'll give him some ears, some feet, and that should do it. You might want a tail too. I'll give him a little tail. All right, now this lion is ready to go in the oven. I'm going to just put it in the little oven. And let it cook for about, let's see, 10 minutes maybe. So you might want a grown-up to help you out with that. And we'll come back when it's done. Well, I think our lion is done. Let's see. Hello, kitty cat. Okay, so here we have our lion. Very hot. So we want to open up our lion and put some honey in him. Let's see. Cut off the top of the lion there. I think I'll put some honey, some butter and honey too. Remember what Samson's riddle was? Out of the eater, something to eat. Out of the strong, something sweet. So if we open up the lion,
After this, Samson fell in love with a Philistine woman named Delilah who lived in Sorek Valley. The 5 Philistine kings went to her and said, "Trick Samson into telling you why he is so strong and how we can overpower him. Tie him up and make him helpless. Each one of us will give you 1,100 pieces of silver." So Delilah said to Samson, "Please tell me what makes you so strong. If someone wanted to tie you up and make you helpless, how could he do it?" Samson answered, "If they tie me up with 7 new bowstrings that are not dried out, I'll be as weak as anybody else." So the Philistine kings brought Delilah 7 new bowstrings that were not dried out, and she tied Samson up. She had some men waiting in another room, so she shouted, "Samson, the Philistines are coming." But he snapped the bowstrings just as threads break when fire touches it. So they still did not know the secret of his strength. Delilah told Samson, "Look, you've been making a fool of me and not telling me the truth. Please tell me how someone could tie you up." He told her, "If they tie me with new ropes that have never been used, I'll be as weak as anybody else." So Delilah got some new ropes and tied him up. Then she shouted, "Samson, the Philistines are coming." The men were waiting in another room, but he snapped the ropes off his arms like thread. Delilah said to Samson, "You're still making a fool of me and not telling me the truth. Tell me how someone could tie you up." He told her, "If you weave my 7 locks of hair into a loom and make it tight with a peg, I'll be as weak as anybody else." Delilah then lulled him to sleep, took his 7 locks of hair, and wove them into the loom. She made it tight with a peg and shouted, "Samson, the Philistines are coming." But he woke up and pulled his hair loose from the loom. So she said to him, "How can you say you love me when you don't mean it? You've made a fool of me 3 times, and you still haven't told me what makes you so strong." She kept on asking him day after day, and he got tired of her bothering him about it. 3 times Delilah had asked Samson to tell her the secret of his strength, and 3 times he had misled her. So she said to him, "How can you say you love me when you don't mean it? You've made a fool of me 3 times." Samson got so sick and tired of Delilah bothering him that he finally told her the truth. "My hair has never been cut," Samson explained. "I have been dedicated to God as a Nazirite from the time I was born. If my hair were cut, I would lose my strength and be as weak as anybody else." Delilah sent a secret message to the Philistine kings and said, "Come back one more time. He has told me the truth." They brought money with them. Delilah lulled Samson to sleep in her lap, and then Samson's 7 locks of hair were cut off. Then she shouted, "Samson, the Philistines are coming." He woke up and thought, "I'll get loose and go free as always." He did not know that the Lord had left him and he had lost his strength. The Philistines easily captured Samson and put his eyes out. They took him to Gaza, chained him with bronze chains, and put him to work grinding at the mill in the prison. But his hair started growing back. The Philistine kings met together to celebrate and offer a great sacrifice to their god Dagon. They were enjoying themselves and said, "Call Samson to entertain us." Samson said to the boy who was leading him by the hand, "Let me touch the columns that hold up the building. I want to lean on them." The building was crowded with men and women. All 5 Philistine kings were there, and there were about 3,000 men and women on the roof watching Samson entertain them. Then Samson prayed, "Sovereign Lord, please remember me. Please, God, give me my strength just this one more time, so that with this one blow I can get even with the Philistines for putting out my 2 eyes." So Samson took hold of the 2 middle columns holding up the building. Putting one hand on each column, he pushed against them and shouted, "Let me die with the Philistines." He pushed with all his might, and the building fell down on the 5 kings and everyone else. Samson killed more people at his death than he had killed during his life. He had been Israel's leader for 20 years. He will be remembered as a man who had great strength given to him by God, but also as a man with great weaknesses that led him to disobey God and end up in all kinds of trouble and suffering.